Okay, so this is my Kotlin game of 21. I already tried to make this video and I made it way too long. I forgot to actually play the game, so I'm going to try and be brief and concise in this one. So to start off, we have the player class with we have the money variable, and then we have an array and a map of to hold the different cards, and then the card worth map holds how much the different cards are worth, because Jack, Queen, and King are all worth 10 instead of 10, 11, and 12. Then we have a mutable list, which is our hand. When we initialize, we call the getCard method, which chooses a random number between 0 and 12, because that's how many cards there are, and then uses that to add whatever card equates to that number into our hand. So if we roll a 0, we go up here and we get an ace, and that would be added to the hand. We have a player total method, which loops through all of the cards in the hand. If it's an ace, then the player gets to choose if that's worth an 11 or a 1, and so we handle that. Otherwise, we simply use the card worth map, use the card as a key, and then we get the worth there and add it to the total. So if we have a queen, then the queen is worth 10, and so that'll return a 10, and we'll have 10 added to our total. Loop through all the cards and then return our total. We have the method bust, which if the player total is greater than 21, return true because they busted. We then have the dealer class. It's pretty similar. The biggest change is in the total. Instead of asking them, we simply go through and check if they have an ace. If that ace would cause them to bust, the ace is worth a 1. Otherwise, it's worth an 11, but everything else is the same. We have the game class. We have the play method first off. That just allows us to decide if we want to hit or if we want to hold, and then that allows the program to decide whether it needs to keep going or if it can decide who has won yet. Dealer play is the same, but instead it just follows the logic that if we're at 16 or more total, then we stop playing. The dealer doesn't get a card, but if they have less than 16, then they're going to ask for another card. We then have the bet method, which allows the player to bet. We use a while loop to validate that. Then the main, so first we ask them for their bet before they get their cards or anything. Then we show the one card that the dealer's showing, we show the cards the player has, and we show them how much those cards are worth. And then we go through and we call the player go and the dealer go methods. Those methods allow the player and the dealer to hit or hold. Once both the player and the dealer hold, then we'll finish that. And we'll show the dealer total and the player total, and we'll use the game logic to decide who wins. After that, we'll ask if they want to keep playing. If they return a no, then we'll tell them how much money they had and the progress they made, so how much total they made. And then we'll set the money to 0 and we'll hit return and we'll return out of this. Otherwise, we'll reset the dealer and the player hands. So then down here in the main function for the program, we simply make an object of the dealer and the player, put those into the game, create a game object, and then while the player has more than $0, we continue to play the game. If they run out of money or if they choose to lose, or if they choose to leave, as up here, the money will become 0, we'll exit and we'll print goodbye. So now I'll play a quick hand to show the game. Okay, there we go. So it'll ask us, I'll bet $10. The dealer is showing a king. I have an 8 and a 3, my total is 11. So I'll hit. So I get another card. My new total is 19, and the dealer did not hit, which means the dealer has 16 or more. I'm going to hold because I'm very close to 21. The dealer had 20, I had 19, so the dealer wins. That means I lost my $10, and now I have $0. Because I have that, even if I say yes, it'll exit. Say goodbye, and that's my game.